What's going on, YouTube? This is SG1 Sports, and you're watching our Big Ten channel. Going to give you some initial thoughts on the Wisconsin Badgers, some early thoughts here on this team, and if I think they'll be better or worse in 2024. Looking back at 2023, they were 7-6, finished tied for second in the Big Ten West. Really a missed opportunity. You know, they lost some head-scratching games. I know they had some injuries. Tanner Mordecai going down definitely hurt them, but this is a team that I feel like had a real shot to win the West last year. And when they were playing at their best, this was a pretty good football team. But again, 7-6, a bit of a disappointing year in year one under Luke Fickell. Will they be better this year? Well, let's first look at the offense. So on the offensive side, you're going to lose Tanner Mordecai, but they bring in Tyler Van Dyke, who at times at Miami looked really, really good, and at times has looked below average. So which Tyler Van Dyke are we going to get? Can he play consistent? And that's going to be a big key for them at quarterback. You know, they've got some other guys on the roster if things don't work out, but we'll see how that plays out. You look at the running back position, they're going to lose Braylon Allen. That's a huge loss. There's no way around it. This was one of the best running backs in college football really the last couple of years. He's gone. Ches Malusi going to be back from his injury. Remember, he was injured pretty early in the season last year. I actually thought he was out of eligibility, but I did see that he was returning. And they've got Yakimelli, who played some last year at running back. So that position is, you know, again, it's going to be a step back without Braylon Allen, but you've got a couple of guys there. And then Tawee Walker from Oklahoma, he'll step in. So I think plenty of depth there at running back. That's going to be an area where they're still pretty solid. You look at the wide receivers, and this is an area where they weren't great last year. Will Pauling should be back. This is another team that was kind of hard to find information on. They haven't released their roster for 2024, but you know, he still has eligibility, so I'm assuming he's coming back. I didn't see him on any early draft lists or anything like that. But that's an area where they need some help. They desperately need help at wide receiver. They've got to get some guys to step up there. Tight end as well. This is the team that's always had really good tight ends. They really have not, or didn't have that last year. Haven't really done much in the transfer portal at those two positions. So we'll see, you know, after spring, maybe they do make some moves. They did add a tight end from LSU, a guy who really hadn't played a whole lot. And I don't think they added any, Tyrell Henry from Michigan State. That's the only wide receiver they added in the transfer portal. So far, they haven't done much there. We'll see. Offensive line, they do have some losses there as well. Hey, and back to tight end, I said they didn't get much. Hayden Rucci, he was pretty good for them at tight end last year, but he's gone. He's out of eligibility, so they will miss him. Going to the offensive line, though, going to lose a few starters there, so that's an area where you have some question marks. But I just feel like in year two under Luke Fickell, with a lot of these guys in their second year in the system, I think the offense will be okay. I don't think they're going to drop off, even though they do lose Braylon Allen. If Tyler Van Dyke can play like he has at his best at Miami, and some receivers can step up and they can get a better passing attack, maybe Wisconsin is better this year offensively. But I'm going to say they'll be about the same. You know, a solid offense, not great, and I expect, again, more of the same in 2024. Let's go to the defensive side now. An area that's going to be interesting. You look at the defensive line. That's an area where they really just did not get a lot of production last year. They were, I can't remember where I saw them ranked. They were pretty low in terms of like sacks. So their pass rush was not great. They were pretty good against the run, but that defensive line, not a strength for this team. So they need some guys to step up there. Really didn't do a whole lot in the transfer portal at that position. The linebacker looks pretty good. They didn't lose much. Jordan Turner into the transfer portal, lost a couple other guys, but I love what they've added in the transfer portal at this position. This is an area where I think they're definitely going to upgrade. You bring in Sebastian Cheeks from North Carolina, also Tackett Curtis, big-time player from USC, was a freshman last year and actually contributed at USC. Jaheim Thomas from Arkansas. So they really did a nice job in the portal at this linebacker position. So that's an area where I expect them to be much, much better. I think they're going to be very good at linebacker. And then you look at the secondary, they don't lose too much, and you've got Ricardo Hallman and Hunter Wooler both back. These are the top two players really on the entire defense last year. Getting those guys back, and again, not losing much in the secondary. So I'm expecting a secondary that's better, linebacker position that's better, defensive line that wasn't great last year. So I don't really expect a whole lot out of them, but probably not going to be any worse. So overall, defensively, this team should be a lot better. I think they should be very good on defense. And they were solid last year. I think they were like 39th or in the 30s in total defense. So they have a chance to be better than that. This could definitely be a top 25 defense. And, part of that, you can say, well, the Big Ten just didn't have any good offenses last year. And sure, that's part of it. But I expect this defense to be really, really solid for Wisconsin. The offense about the same. But if the offense can take a step forward, watch out. Wisconsin could be, they could even be a top 5 team in the Big Ten. I think they're definitely going to be in the top half. So again, overall, with a better defense and a similar offense, I think this team will be better in 2024. That's my early thoughts on Wisconsin. Do you guys agree or disagree? Do you think it's going to be better or worse? Let me know your thoughts on this team down in the comments below.